Movies first, guys. My number 6 is Transformers 1. Surprised me because I'm not a big Transformers guy. In my eyes, they're kind of like the Fast and Furious movies. Like, they're good, fun action watches, but like, whatever, Like, I'm not gonna die on that hill. I'll let Zane do that for me. But Transformers 1 was a really solid animated movie. It was really great. The voice acting was phenomenal all around. I was surprised, and it was actually more like heartwarming and emotional than I expected too. I think probably the most complete, best representation of a Transformers movie we've gotten yet. My number 5 is Inside Out 2. It was really solid, not as good as Inside Out, but that's not a ding because Inside Out is an amazing movie. But it was still really, really good. Definitely worth going to see in the theaters and catching now on Disney Plus. My number 4 is Dune 2. Loved the movie. It was great. It was better than Dune 1. In my opinion, a lot more action. I don't know if I'm 100% in on this franchise, but Dune 2 was a great movie, and it felt like one of those cinematic movies that was a great theater experience. So I'm glad I went to it in theaters. It was really fun. My number 3 is Deadpool and Wolverine. Great movie.
100%.
We've already mentioned it. Loved the cameos. I thought it was a great entry. And honestly, it might be the best Deadpool movie. I still kind of go back and forth between the first Deadpool. Hugh Jackman being back was so good. Oh, it was so fun to watch him. My number 2 is Sonic 3. Huge Sonic fan, and Jim Carrey just knocked this out of the park. I love that they literally just let him go. They're like, yeah, do whatever you want. Like, ham it up as much as possible. Robotnik is going to become his defining role for the people of the Gen Z, Gen Alpha generation. And I love that for him. It's so fun. And I love how he's become more comical each movie that we've gotten. I went back and watched Sonic recently, and he's got like the slick back hair, the hipster haircut, the curled mustache and everything. Each movie he just gets more cartoony. We get the big bellied and the grandpa is just it was so stinking good. Sonic 3 was amazing. And Keanu. Honestly, I was a little worried about Keanu because a lot of actors just don't know how to put the emotion into it and kind of end up mailing it in for voice acting roles, but I thought he did well. It worked for me, and I love that we're getting more for the Sonic universe. My number 1 is The Wild Robot. I knew this movie was going to be good because my daughter read the books last year in school, and she has not stopped talking about them since. And when we saw the trailer for the first time in theaters, she literally cried. And I was like, all right, I think this is going to be a solid movie. We went and I cried multiple times. And that's not an indicator of how good a movie is because I cry during a lot of movies. But The Wild Robot was way more emotional than I was expecting. Beautiful animation, incredible movie. And like Robbie said, highly recommend seeing it even if you don't have kids. But if you do have kids, it's a must watch. Wild Robot, 6 out of 6. Incredible movie.